Isn't this an eerie scene? This is a ghost fleet of old concrete ships, and we're going to kayak out to them today to check it out. This is Kiptopeke State Park, and it has 9 World War II vintage concrete merchant ships that are used to create a breakwater here. In the 1940s, with World War II, steel was tough to get, and they began building ships out of concrete. Now, the reason they put these ships here, they actually sunk them on purpose to create the breakwater. Before the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel was built, there was a ferry here, and it was really important to protect the shoreline and the ferry, so they built this breakwater out of the old ships. The ships that are sunk here as the breakwater were built in 1942, and it was Matthew H. McCloskey and the company of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, who built this fleet of ships. Hey guys, today I'm at Kiptopeke State Park, and the attraction here is that you can go out and you can kayak among concrete ships. So this was a vessel of ships that were used in, I believe, World War II when there was steel shortages and they used concrete to make ships out of it. But it's really, really cool. They're pretty close to the shoreline, so you don't have to paddle too far, but we're gonna check this out. So come along with me. So the attraction for these ships is that it's very popular for fishermen. There's a lot of big fish around them, and then also birds, pelicans, cormorants, all kinds of seabirds nest out here. So I got a lot of really solid advice about doing this paddle from Delmarva Trails and Waterways. If you've never been on the Instagram account or the website, definitely check it out. The paddle I'm doing today is not a beginner paddle. I was worried I wasn't going to be able to do this with the small craft advisory. That cleared, so I'm out here today, but you do need to be awfully careful. There's a pelican up there, and it is an eerie looking ship. It is absolutely incredible here. It's eerie just to see these huge concrete ships and the state of disrepair they're in. And then you can see this is a great example of nature taking things back over. So the pelicans, the shorebirds, all kinds of birds are using this as a nesting platform and living here. And you can start to see like the rebar coming through the concrete. The whole idea of a concrete ship just boggles my mind, but concrete does float, and I'll add some more historic information after, but just so amazing. The other thing that's quite interesting is it's a little bit stinky. When you're downwind from it, you can smell just kind of like the bird droppings, the fish smell, the fact that birds are using this as a nesting area. I mean, it's not unbearable, but you definitely can smell it a little bit. It's definitely unique. So yeah, you can kayak right up against here. You have to be certainly careful that you don't get pushed with the current into the ships. They want you to stay back 50 feet. You've got to respect that. Don't let yourself get too close. So I'm pretty satisfied that I got to see the ghost fleet. I got some awesome pictures and video clips and things. So I'm gonna head back in. There is a second cluster of ships off to the right-hand side. I don't feel confident enough because that is a little bit more of an exposed bay. I don't really want to go over there. It is choppy today. It's a little tricky conditions. So I was pretty satisfied with just observing the closest section of the ghost ship fleet, but it's really amazing. This is definitely for a more experienced kayaker, but I would say I'm not the most experienced. I just have a folding kayak and I kind of know what I'm doing. Definitely use your personal flotation device. Wear a life jacket when you go out here and just kind of know your limits. You want to keep 50 feet from the ship, but it is really, really cool. I've never seen anything like this before. Admission is $7 if you want to kayak here. And I think, you know, like a lot of these trips, a lot of it is going to depend on the weather. I got lucky and the small craft advisory went away. So you just have to make sure it's calm conditions when you go out here. So thanks for coming along with me. And I thought this was just so cool to see this ghost ship fleet and to see nature take things back over. It's beautiful out here. Stay tuned to check out some of my photos. I hope you like this one. There's definitely challenges when you're trying to film out on the water. You obviously have your kayak moving, you have the sound of the wind and things like that. But I was pretty happy with the footage I was able to capture, and this will give you an idea of what this experience is like.